zipper foot that we're gonna need to switch out. So let's go ahead and switch out the foot first. And make sure your needle goes through that hole. There's a hole for you. Okay, we have that set up. Now the way we do the invisible zipper foot is gonna be a little bit different. We are gonna mark our notch locations, 1/2 inch mark. And then 6.5. But we're not gonna do a basting stitch. We can just stitch directly on like this. But the way that we lay it out is gonna be confusing. So if you wanna look closely. So the face of the zipper is the side that doesn't have the teeth. And when we're stitching it, we're just gonna do it one part at a time. We're not gonna do the fabric together and then attaching it on. So we're gonna do one side at a time. And we're gonna pin it, we're gonna do a basting stitch, do what we need to do, and then when we're done with one side, then we can open it up, orient ourselves, and then do the other side. So that when we're done, it opens up, it's nice and smooth here. Now before we even begin to sew, one thing we have to do is we have to do something to our zipper. When we're stitching it right in between the fold here. So when it comes from the manufacturer, like the store or wherever you buy it from, it's gonna be nicely folded into place. But we wanna open it up away so that we can kind of open up this fold line. You can take it to the iron. I'm gonna probably take it to the iron with a very low setting because you don't wanna melt away the rubber of the teeth. But we're gonna iron it to open it up so that we can do a nice stitch without the zipper teeth pulling in and out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Actually, why don't you guys come and look? Why don't you guys come and look how it's working?
I'll come in over this other side if you. Students can get in closer.
So right now it's already like folded nicely, but what we want to do is we want to open it up from the inside here. So I'm just gonna turn it on a low setting and literally just open it. You don't really need it too high, you need it just enough so that you can see the fold of it. The residual heat of the iron is perfect for me. I don't need to do too much. But now that you open it up, you see how it's kind of folding in? So we kind of open this up so that we can do that.
Okay.
Just a touch of heat. Just a touch of heat. You don't need it too high. And you don't want to risk melting away the teeth either. All right, so now is the confusing part. Let's do one side first. And I'm going to lay one side with the top of the zipper stop right where the first notch is. And you can line it up edge to edge. The seam allowance for the zipper is actually less than 1/2 inch. So if you measure it's like, what is it? It's a little bit more than 3/8 of an inch. But we're just gonna line it up at the edge of our fabric and seam allowance. So I want my stopper to be right below my notch, and I'm gonna pin it in place. Again, you can do a machine based, or you can do a hand basting. And that, and pin all the way down, or use as many pins as you need to hold it in place. You can also use that double-sided fusible. So now at the bottom, my zipper pull is coming right below my second notch, which is fine because when I finish it, when it's like fully done and I do my stitch at the seam allowance, it's gonna be slightly short. It's gonna be 6.5. Right now it's at 7 inches, so the zipper length is shortening by like half an inch. It's not a big deal. Okay, so now I think I'm ready to sew. And when you're sewing, line up whichever side you're on. Right now, my zipper teeth is on my right side. So I'm gonna just slide that into one of the grooves, and my needle is gonna be going right in between that fold line that we had opened up. Right in between here. So put it in, and then we can start sewing. Oh, I turned off my machine. Do a back stitch. And what's nice about this is that the groove holds it in place, so your stitch line becomes relatively straight. You don't have to worry about guiding too much. And you're gonna stitch all the way until you can't stitch anymore, because the zipper pull is gonna get in your way. So when you feel like you can't go anymore, just do a back stitch. Gently pull it away.
Are you knotting the ends, or are you just leaving it open since you're relying on the stitching? Like, are you hand knotting it?
So she backed.
Oh, I back stitched, yep. So you should, for these, yeah, you should always back stitch. The only time you wouldn't do a back stitch is at the dart tips. But any stitch line that you do, you should do a back stitch. All right, so now let's put the other side in, and I'm gonna face my zipper up how it would look like if it was finished, and then face my other side into place. Did you guys see how I did that?
So the right side of
The
your
right-
fabric is going to.
The right side of the fabric will be going to the right side of your zipper. And if you were really, really particular, and if you had seams or patterns and you wanted it to really align, this is where you would then like do your markings, additional markings that you've already done. So I want to make sure that my top is really aligned. And I'm gonna line it up to the edge, right? And pin that first. And then I'll open it up. So now I know that the top edge is lined up with the finished top edge. sometimes when you stitch an invisible zipper, you'll have like a waist seam. So that's why I say, like, if you really wanted it to be perfect, you would zip it up, mark exactly where the point or where the seam is, so that when you open it up and you stitch it, it's in the correct spot. Okay, now I'm ready to stitch. Same thing, align now it's on my left side. So align my teeth right in the groove, puncture my needle in, so that I can stitch in. Do a back stitch. Oop. And you can back stitch all the way to the edge. You don't have to stop at the notch. And you're gonna stitch until you can't stitch anymore, and then do a back stitch. Cool. Oh, it doesn't look like it's full. I mean, the top is pretty straight, the bottom is not. I think probably just cut the fabric off.
If it had a, oh, yeah, just to answer my question, if it had a top, or if it had a waist, you just cut the top off, or you fold it down. Or sorry, like do you normally give like 1/8 inch, like of the zipper? Like, is there a standard?
Oh, you mean like up here? It's 1/2 inch. Yeah, so the first notch that I did was 1/2 inch, and that's just so that we can, if we had any other finishing that we wanted to do up here, like if we wanted to add a facing, if we wanted to turn it back in, it'll be within that seam allowance, like that. We don't have to worry about finishing this off, but I just wanted you guys to know that there's always like room up here for you to finish off that edge. Okay, now last bit is finishing this seam, and we did the zipper's attached, but we still have the seam that we need to finish off. So we're gonna now change our zipper foot back to a regular zipper foot. So not a regular foot, a regular zipper foot, which is the one that has one side only, one side of the foot only. And I think I'm going to do this side. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not like a standard or a
No, it's two different ones.
There's two separate.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my home one, it has two little bars like off the side.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I also feel like I don't have a invisible zip for my home one. I just used the
I think there are adapters for your home machines.
Can you use a regular zip theoretically for invisible?
Mm-hmm. You
It's
can,
hard to get in close enough.
but you have to really be able to control and not let it shift out too much, because once it eats into the zipper part, it's just not going to zip or unzip.
Yeah,
So it's a little bit more complicated, but it's doable.
you can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. And now I'm gonna just stitch the rest with my regular seam allowance, which is 1/2 inch,
With the regular foot.
with the regular zipper foot.
Zipper.
Yeah.
Starting,
I'm finding that I think I want to do it this way. Yeah, I'm gonna switch it. I don't like this side, but there's plenty of zipper foots that you can switch in and out. You kind of just have to feel for how comfortable you are.
I find this the
Stitching.
trickiest, definitely the trickiest part of the invisible zipper is
Mhm.
getting this seamless.
You're right. At
So
the
you
foot.
don't have, so you don't have like a little snag or anything.
Mhm.
Zig. just the opposite side.
Yeah, so I'm just switching it so that the foot pedal part is the one on the right side, because I'm gonna stitch this way, so my zipper teeth, all of the extra material, I want to be on the left side. So I wanna be sure that my right side is being held in place.
So we're zipping, I'm sewing from the bottom towards your seam.
But because I'm not able to use my guideline, I'm gonna draw out my seam allowance so that I can see where I'm stitching. I mean, I can always just go like this too. Why did I just do that? I'm so funny. I could have just switched it like this instead of switching my entire foot.
It's okay.
Well, I made myself work harder. Not smarter. Okay, so now I'm starting from the bottom of my the zipper, and I'm gonna stitch regular stitch, 1/2 inch seam allowance. I've already marked out my seam allowance. Back stitch, and I'm gonna stitch until I meet the end of my first stitch line with my zipper, but I'm gonna overlap it by like 1/4 of an inch. And that's just to guarantee that there is no holes or no openings from the front side.
And you're kind of pulling your zipper out of the way as you do that, right?
Pulling my zipper out of the way, stitch, and try to get as close as you can. And then I'm gonna overlap my first stitch line slightly. Let me do that back stitch again. So that it has a slight overlap right here.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
not actually meeting your zipper line,
You're actually
Outside
gonna
of-
be a little bit away. If you were right up against it, you're gonna come across a lot of problems right here because it's gonna be
Puckering.
hard to pull your zipper away. So don't even try. It's okay if you're like 1/8 of an inch or even less if you can away from that stitch line. But I'm also overlapping this way because when I open it, if I didn't have any overlap, there was gonna be a hole through. So,
Oh, nice.
stitch, yeah, both sides looks okay. And I thought I saw something. Okay. So now all that's left to do is just iron it, press it nice and flat. And that actually turned out better than I thought. I was hoping, I was expecting it to be a little puckering here. But I think having that overlap and having it sit less than 1/8 away from the stitch line, like there's a little bit of a gap there, helps with this nice smooth surface here.
Great.
So make sure you're marking it too.
Yeah, and that is it. That's the invisible zipper.